This is Evan Robb, principal of Johnson Williams Middle School. I'm joined today with Patrick Houseman, supervisor of instructional technology for Clarke County Public Schools. Welcome, Patrick.
Thank you, Evan. Happy to be here and happy to be doing video 2 in our series.
Absolutely. And yes, this is video 2, and we are going to take a deeper dive into information that is available to parents and community members and really anyone who wants to access it right on our Clarke County Public Schools website. So Patrick, I'm going to let you proceed with sharing your screen and share some additional information with parents and community members.
Okay. Thank you very much, Evan. And at this point, everybody should see my screen right now, and you should be seeing the Clarke County Public Schools website. And again, if you haven't been there before, and I'm sure a lot of you have, that is at clark.k12.va.us, and that should bring you to the exact page that you see right now. On this page, the part that we're going to look at, you may have to scroll down slightly for, but you may see it right away depending on your screen size. But you're going to look for the featured information section. And within that, we're looking at the third bullet point. And in this video, we're looking at the second link, which is the access to technology and Wi-Fi site. Once we click on that, you should see the page on your screen right now that says access to technology and Wi-Fi at the top. The purpose of this website is to give a brief kind of introduction to different technologies we use within Clarke County Public Schools in the top section of the website. And then towards the latter half or the bottom part of the website, you're going to see an entire section dedicated to Wi-Fi and connectivity, both within Clarke, some resources outside of Clarke County, as well as our hotspots and some devices as well. So if we start a slow scroll down from the top, again, you're going to see it starts off with the most used technologies that we have and a link back to the Community Learning Resource Hub that we talked about in video 1. But then it has a brief, like I said, a brief description of each of the technologies we use in Clarke coming down. So in 6 to 12, we use Chromebooks that are take home. And obviously 6 to 12 at the making of this video, at the time of this video, are all at home. So those students all have a Chromebook at home given to them by the division. Our elementary students all have devices at school when they're here. Our virtual students at elementary right now may be using a Chromebook. They may be using a different device at home. But our main device in Clarke is Chromebooks, and that's why we have Chromebooks there listed at the top with a little bit of information, a section for email and messaging, and you'll see this very closely resembles the Community Learning Hub with the topics and headings that are broken out. But you can see the tools with short descriptions there of different social media and messaging tools that we use. The main 3 of those being Gmail, School Messenger, and the main apps we use social media-wise would be Twitter and Facebook, but we do have at least an Instagram at Johnson Williams as well. As we come down, we work into G Suite for Education with just a brief description of what the different tools are, such as Google Docs being the word processor of G Suite and the equivalent of Microsoft Word if you're more familiar with the Microsoft products. Then we look at briefly different library resources. Nearpod as one of the major technologies we purchase in Clarke, which is a great engagement platform that helps us build more engaging and dynamic lessons. As we come down from there, we also have various online textbook resources. Performance Matters for assessments and data. Probably everybody viewing the video is familiar with PowerSchool that does our gradebook, attendance, and more. Screencastify that allows us to do screencasting, things along those lines, and ST Math mainly at the elementary level for a dynamic math program that we use to help students. Coming down from there, a little bit more on the student devices, which again are really Chromebooks for the most part. But the second part of the website that I wanted to focus on is the Wi-Fi map. And every so often there's a little glitch in the land of Google that makes it so you have to zoom this map back in. So if it starts out pretty far, just use your mouse to zoom it in. But it highlights a dynamically growing map of different Wi-Fi locations available within Clarke County. And if you scroll down slightly, you'll see a form that you can submit to give us more locations to add to that map. If you look at it in the following description here and we've missed a place, please let us know so we can add that and increase that availability to connectivity. But underneath the map, you're going to see all of the different locations that are listed in the map, broken out to let you know where it is, but also, is it an open network or is it a secured network? And what I mean by that is an open network means you can just connect right up. There's no username, there's no password. You just click it and you're in. A secured network is going to mean that you have to have a username and password. And a case in point to that, or an example of that, would be when students are in school or when they're close enough to a school building to get Wi-Fi, they may pick up the CCPS network, and that's going to need their CCPS username and password to access. But all of that information is here, and where possible, if there is a website with more information, we have linked that in as well. And last but not least, to cover on this site, we have some information on the CCPS internet cafes that are running, again, as another avenue to get connectivity. They are currently running at both the high school, so Clarke County High School, as well as Boyce Elementary. And I won't read them all, but you can see the dates on your screen now. And they are various days of the week at each building, running from 5 to 7 p.m. And there is a member of the technology department there that can help you get connected if you have trouble. But the main purpose of that internet cafe is to give you connectivity where you can download files, upload files, if you cannot do that at home. And then there's just a little bit more information about the hotspots that we can offer through Khajiit that are signed out from our libraries in the schools, and a few other places where there is connectivity outside of Clarke County. And one thing I definitely want to touch on to wrap up my part of the video here is that there is a tech support email address as well at techhelp@clarke.k12.va.us. And that can be used by any staff members or community members that need help with learning, getting access to the learning, or another tech issue that would help them be better in class or get access to things they need for class. And that can be emailed anytime. It automatically generates a tech support ticket in our system, and tech can then follow up with anybody needing help. But that is a fairly quick run through of the Access to Technology and Wi-Fi website that is built and linked off of the district homepage at clarke.k12.va.us.
Thanks a lot, Patrick. Clearly, a lot of information on both of those pages, and I appreciate you just taking a little time out of your day to connect with me, to be able to walk families through all the information that we have on those websites. I know that a goal of Dr. Bishop has been to make sure that we're really focusing on communication as a school division, especially during this unusual time that we're in right now. And there is a great deal of information about technology right available to everyone on the Clarke County Public Schools website. We encourage you to check out video 1 again if you have any more questions, and of course, access these videos at any time if there's a particular thing that Patrick spoke about that you want to go back and take a look at. Patrick, I know that customer service is always very important to you, and I can comfortably say that anyone who's watching this, if they have a particular question, you are always available for an email, and we would encourage people to do that. But we also would like people's feedback. Our goal is to continue to share information with families about the different technologies that are used in Clarke County Public Schools. But we also know that you may have some questions, or you may have an idea about something that we just simply haven't thought about. So if you do, please let us know. You can send an email to myself, Evan Robb, or to Patrick Houseman. We would be happy to consider the ideas that come forward, and who knows, it might actually be in one of these videos. So thank you for taking a few minutes to watch this video. Again, we hope it was informative. Patrick, thank you very much also.
Thank you very much for having me, and I'll second that. I hope these videos are beneficial for everybody, and I also hope that we get some of that feedback so that we can really pinpoint these videos to the needs of the community. And by all means, please reach out to either one of us. We'll have our email addresses linked in the description of the video. We'll also have them come up on the screen for you as well. But please reach out. We'd love the feedback and love to cater these topics to what the community really needs.
Thank you very much, Patrick. This concludes our video. Thank you for watching.